Cedar Lake Foundation. They do so many wonderful things. They're having a bourbon raffle to help support the work that they do in the community. And they have got some bourbons that you don't often see, and they are right in front of me here. Courtney Hall is here, Development Coordinator for Cedar Lake Foundation, and Tara Clark is here, Director of Spiritual Life, which is so important at Cedar Lake. Now, we're going to start before we get to that bourbon, so you know what Cedar Lake does and why they're so important. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what you do at Cedar Lake.
Okay, so for more than 50 years, Cedar Lake has been supporting adults with disabilities in the community, in their homes. Our #1 goal is to help people live their best lives. We do that with a variety of services. We do things residentially in the home. We offer residential services. We also provide supported employment services. We do things like homemaking and cooking, but we also do some bigger things, some once-in-a-lifetime dreaming kinds of things that help people thrive. And we'll talk about that in a minute.
All right. Well, and it's so important. I think a lot of people, like me, take everyday things for granted. I get to go home and I cook my dinner if I want to, right? Mm-hmm. I get to go to the store or to the doctor's office if I want to. That's something that I don't even think about. And I have a friend with special needs, and he was able to leave the care of his parents and get his own place that he's never had before. And I'm sure there's someone there that is watching what he does and cares for him. And he was able to make a box of macaroni and cheese. Oh my goodness. It was Christmas. Mm-hmm. And he calls me and he says, I made a box of macaroni and cheese by myself. And I said, you did not. And he said, I did. And I knocked on the door of my neighbor and I shared it. And I said, you are very kind. It was the biggest day in the world for him. He was so proud of what he had done. Mm-hmm. Now, I never would have thought of that, but I'm telling you, he was almost in tears. Those kind of things we don't think about.
Exactly. And those are the things Cedar Lake does, and the support from things like this bourbon raffle will help us do that. Take people to the doctor's appointments that you mentioned, but I think of a man named Bill. Bill loves the weather, and he loves everything connected with the weather, and Bill dreamed of taking a trip across the country and visiting some of what he considered to be the more important weather sites.
And Bill's been here before.
Bill's been here before,
yeah.
Yes. And Bill, there wasn't the funding and the support available for Ben to do that, or Bill to do that on his own. But because of things like the bourbon raffle, Cedar Lake Foundation was able to raise the funds, which allowed Cedar Lake staff to help Bill plan and take that vacation. And that was several years ago. He's still talking about it. It was transformational.
Yes, it was. Okay, so tell us what we can do. We've got these bourbon packages that folks can win. So how do we do this? How do we become part of this raffle? And #1, this Blanton, what do you call it?
A flight.
Flight, yeah.
Yes.
I'm not a bourbon drinker on a flight. Do you get the whole flight?
You do. So there are 8 incredible prize packages that you have the opportunity to win. We're so excited for our first place, the old Rip Van Winkle here.
You say anything that's Van Winkle, and that just lights up everything. Okay, so
Absolutely.
We're on the Van Winkle. Tell me about it.
Yes, so it's a 10-year, and we had such a generous community. Someone in the community donated, and it was just so kind of him.
A big thank you.
And that is our first prize winner. And then we have our second prize, which we have the birthday bourbon. 12-year, and then that also comes with the Woodford Reserve.
So both of these come together?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, look at that. It's pretty bottles, too.
Yes. So this bottle, the Woodford Reserve Masters Collection, Maple Finish, is from 2012. So this one's been around for a while, and it's pretty rare, so we're very excited for that.
The question is always, like, do you open them and drink them, or do you sit them?
I know. I can't imagine opening the Rip Van Winkle.
Right? Do you open them? Or do you sit them? Anyway, I don't know. Do you all open them? Okay.
And then, of course, we have our Bland's Flight. This is our 4th fourth prize winner. Our third one is we have 5 Wellers, so almost the full rainbow. We're just missing one, but
Oh my
5 Wellers
gosh.
is a lot.
Wow. Well, we need the other one. Come on, somebody.
I know, but yeah, we have the Blantons that spells out all the letters.
Now, explain why, the reason why this one is important, and I've only seen this one other time in a raffle, only one other time, and Kevin Harnan and I live our lives at raffles. I tell you that we do. It spells out Blantons on the horse, and generally you might get a B, or you might get an L or a T, or you might get a B and a T together, but very rarely do you get the entire word spelled out.
Yeah, you can only buy one of these bottles every 90 days, so since it's so allocated, and so
Right.
getting it all at once is incredible.
It's incredible. And see, right on the little horse, it's like B-L-A, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Okay, how do you become part of the raffle? What do you do?
Yeah, so
how do you get tickets?
Tickets are $100 each, and you will go to cedarlake.org, and there will be a banner there that says Bourbon Raffle. You'll click on that, and it'll take you straight to the page so that you can purchase it. And like I said, tickets are $100 each, and the last day to purchase tickets is January 30th, and we will be drawing on January 31st on our Facebook Live at 9 a.m.
Oh, Facebook Live, so everybody will get to see. It will be so exciting if you get to win. Now, are there other things that Cedar Lake needs? This is, like, you do this right here, and this is huge. But when you do this right here, you get something too, possibly. So that's like a win-win. Are there other things that Cedar Lake needs? Volunteers, or you can just donate. You don't have to do this. You can just donate. But are there other things that you need?
Absolutely. We take volunteers with open arms. We love having volunteers. We have so many different opportunities, whether you want to interact with our individuals, or you can even do like yard work, because our houses need servicing, in the spring and fall. So yeah, we love having volunteers. I'm so happy to have them when they come. And then of course, monetary donations as well, if you are able to do so.
All right. Did we miss anything?
I'd like to put a plug in for Spiritual Life. When we're talking about volunteers, corporations, families, individuals, churches, there are so many ways that our people want to intersect and interact with their faith, and being in community does not necessarily mean they're automatically a part of the community. We have a lady named Hope who wanted nothing more than to find a church home and become a part of that local congregation and find friendship and belonging, and she did. The church embraced her. It took a little bit of support, and whether you're donating for the Bourbon Raffle, you're making just an outright donation, or you're coming and being a part of that, you help people like Hope live their best lives in the community.
And it's the most important thing in the world,
It
because
is.
we all want to live our best lives.
Yes.
That's what we want, and we should.
Yes.
We should be able to live that. Okay, cedarlake.org. Please help how you're called to help if you can, because it's truly, truly important. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
good luck. Good luck
Thank you.
to everybody.